Jason Carter wasn't looking for trouble that day. A 37-year-old single dad from Austin, Texas, he had one simple plan: take his 9-year-old daughter Lily to the park, let her run wild on the playground, and enjoy a much-needed moment of peace. After all, being a single parent wasn't easy. Since losing his wife to cancer 3 years ago, Jason had been doing everything alone, working long construction hours, juggling bills, and trying his best to be both father and mother to Lily. They sat at a park bench near the playground, the Texas sun casting a soft golden glow over the weekend crowd. Jason sipped on a lukewarm coffee, keeping one eye on Lily as she played hopscotch with a group of kids. For a brief moment, life felt normal. Then he noticed something off. Across the park, near the edge of the lot, a teenage girl, around 14 or 15, was being pulled by a man in a hoodie. It wasn't a gentle tug, it was forceful, desperate. The girl kept trying to twist away, and her body language screamed one thing: help. Jason's instincts kicked in when her eyes met his. There was panic in them, fear. Jason stood up fast. "Lily, stay here. Don't move no matter what," he said, handing her his phone. He didn't wait to think. He didn't ask questions. He ran. "Hey, let her go!" Jason shouted, closing the distance with long, angry strides. The man turned sharply. His grip didn't loosen. Jason charged. In a flash, he tackled the man, forcing him to release the girl. She stumbled backward, gasping for air, and Jason stepped between them like a human shield. The man tried to lunge forward again. Jason's fist met his jaw with a sickening crack. The man dropped to the ground, stunned. Gasps rose around the park. People stopped, some recorded, some screamed, some clapped. Jason turned to the girl. She was shaking uncontrollably. "You okay?" he asked, his voice gentler now. She nodded, tears in her eyes. "He tried to grab me. I don't even know him. He just showed up." Jason wrapped a protective arm around her shoulder, steadying her. Sirens wailed in the distance. Someone had called the cops. Jason stood tall, breathing hard, as the reality of what had just happened started to sink in. He didn't know if he'd just saved someone or made the biggest mistake of his life, but deep in his gut, he knew he did the right thing. The police would sort it out. The law would come in. But at that moment, Jason Carter didn't care about rules or risks. All he knew was that a girl was in danger, and he couldn't just sit there. When the police arrived, the scene was already crowded. Witnesses pointed at Jason and the man lying on the grass, dazed and holding his jaw. Officers separated everyone. Jason calmly raised his hands, explaining what had happened. But things took a sharp turn. The man, whose name was later revealed as Martin Reeves, claimed that Jason had assaulted him without cause. He told the officers that the girl, Emily, was his stepdaughter and that she had been acting out. According to him, he was simply trying to take her home. Emily, still shaken and barely able to speak, looked at the officers with wide eyes. "He's not supposed to be near me," she said softly. "My mom has a restraining order. He's dangerous." Her words changed everything. The officers took both Jason and Martin to the station for statements. Lily was picked up by a family friend Jason trusted, and Emily was placed under protective custody while they verified her claims. At first, Jason worried. What if they believed Martin? What if he got in trouble for doing the right thing? His fists were still bruised, but what hurt more was the thought that stepping in to help could backfire. But the truth came out fast. Emily's mother, Sandra, was contacted. She confirmed everything. Martin had a history of abuse. He had been kicked out months ago after a violent outburst and had lost all custody rights. A restraining order had been issued, and he was legally prohibited from contacting Emily. Martin had violated that order the moment he stepped into the park. Within 48 hours, the charges against Jason were dropped completely. In fact, officers commended him for acting quickly and bravely. He didn't just prevent a kidnapping. He potentially saved a young girl's life. The story hit local news. One of the bystanders had posted a video of the incident, and it spread online like wildfire. People flooded Jason's inbox with messages of support, calling him a hero, a real man, a role model. But Jason didn't care about the attention. All he cared about was making sure Emily was safe. A few weeks later, Sandra reached out personally. She brought Emily to meet Jason and Lily. They had dinner together, just a quiet evening with laughter, healing, and gratitude. Lily and Emily clicked instantly. They became close friends, like sisters who had always known each other. And Jason, he found himself smiling more. For the first time in years, he didn't feel so alone. One moment at the park, one decision to act without hesitation, one punch that rewrote the fate of 3 people. Jason Carter didn't wake up that day thinking he'd be a hero. But sometimes, doing the right thing isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up when it matters. And that's exactly what he did.